What is up, Zeno? We are live. All right, I am here with another deck profile. This is actually the deck I played in Orlando to get top 4 after a top 32, and I also got undefeated in Swiss. I only had one tie, so it was a really good day for me. This deck is really powerful. It is the Cabba leader. I'll be going over a quick deck profile in this video, and then if you're subscribed to me, you'll be able to see another video that I'm about to make right after this, and it's going to go into in-depth as to why I play the cards that I play and why I play the amount of cards that I play. All right, the ratio. Let's switch this around. Of course, you guys know I run ZenoBM.com, so it always got to start off like this. We've got to admire some mats that you guys can get on Zeno Black Market. ZenoBM.com. This is the Zamatsu mat, 2-player stitched cloth. And then right next to it, we have the Future Trunks mat. You guys can get those at ZenoBM.com. All right, without further ado, we're going to get right into this deck profile, and let's go over it. This is the leader. This is Cabba. It has a permanent. You can't include 9 non-Universe 6 battle cards in your deck, except for Vegeta cards. And then it has an auto. When a blue or yellow Universe 6 card is played in your battle area, that card's gain 5k power for the duration of the turn. Then choose up to 1 card in your life and add it to your hand. So that's very important. That means you do not have to take a life, and it still gains that 5k. And then when your life is at 4 or less, you flip it over and you gain, or you stand up 2 energy. Now it has some other stuff on this side, which is, you can see a lot of text. Anyway, this card gains 5k power when all of your opponent's energy is in rest mode, so that is really good. When this card attacks, of course, draw 1 card. And then when your opponent's leader card attacks, if all of your opponent's energy is in rest mode, choose up to 2 of your opponent's energy. Cards chosen by this skill can't be switched to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. So basically, most people play around it. However, it does make them play around it, if you know what I'm saying. So they have to play a little bit weirder. They're not going to be able to just attack with their, they're not going to be able to save their leader attack for last. It makes them play a little bit weird. Most people play around it. I had never actually got that effect off, but it does make your opponent play weird, and that's the whole point of it. And then the next thing, which I use every turn or every possible time that I can, once per turn, when one of your card skills switches an opponent's battle cards or energy to rest mode, draw a card. And this whole deck is built on switching your opponent's battle cards and energy to rest mode. Okay, so that's really good. You can do that on either player turn. So we'll go over the quick, easy stuff. We run 4 sensitive beams. You guys should know what that do. Standing energy. We run 1 time magic. This is the take a life negate for yellow. Basically, you can negate the attack by having 5 cards in a graveyard and taking a life. And then also you can pick a card that's in rest mode and it can't switch back to active mode. Then we have 2 Nimbuses. Basically, this card says you negate it, negate an attack. You pick your yellow card, and then your opponent can only attack 1 more time. And then we have a Planet Vegeta. Okay, so Planet Vegeta basically says you play this card, and it's a field card. And you go into your deck, and you search for a level 4 or less Saiyan and add it to your hand. So that's pretty good. We actually only run this card to get rid of the other field card that we run, which is Planet Salada. This is most likely the best card in the deck, in my opinion. This card basically says when this card is in your battle area, choose up to 1 Universe 6 card from your hand with an energy cost 2 or less and play it. If you played a card with this card, draw 1 card. So basically you play this card, and then you play a battle card, and you draw a card, and then your battle cards do something ridiculous like playing another card or searching another card, which is really good. The real advantage to this card is playing 2 of them. So say if I play 1 of them and then I play a second one. So if you notice that it has another effect right here, this next effect goes off when this card leaves the field and goes to the drop. So when this card is placed in a drop area from a battle area, choose up to 1 of your opponent's energy, switch it to rest mode, then look up at the top 5 cards on the top of your deck, choose up to 1 Universe 6 card with an energy cost of 5 or less, and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Okay, so let me go over this. If I have one of these in play already, okay, so I play one of these and then I play another one of these. All right, here's the chain of events that's going to happen. I play this goes to the drop area. Once this goes to the drop area, 3 autos are happening at the same time if my leader is awakened. So I can tap 1 of their energy. Okay, so I'm going to tap 1 of their energy because it went to the drop area. And then I'm going to search the top 5 of my deck to add a Universe 6 card. Okay, then my leader effect is going to go off. When I tap 1 of my opponent's energy, I draw a card. So now I'm going to draw another card. Then this card is going to go off, and it says when this card is played, I play a 2-drop or less Universe 6. So then I'm going to play a Universe 6 card, 2-drop or less, and then I'm going to draw a card, and then my universe, all of my Universe 2s or lower have an effect. So that means another effect is going to go off. So 4 things are pretty much happening simultaneously, and it's just really, really good. If you can get this done turn 2 and then turn 3 do another one, you just have mad advantage. So that is why I run 3. I'm thinking about putting it up to 4. It's a really, really good card. Oh, and that is why we run this, because sometimes in the later game, this card still gets this effect if it goes to the drop. So basically, I will have this card out, Planet Sauda, and then I'll play this for 1 energy, and then send Planet Sauda to the drop, tap 1 of their energy, and draw a card because of my leader, and then also I'll add a Universe 6 card. So it's really, really good. Next, we'll get into the creatures that we have. That's it for the extra cards. We have 2 Kale Timid Sisters. I'm only running 2 because it's only good against Janemba when I'm trying to get something back. Other than that, it's not really. It doesn't really do much. When you play this card, choose up to 1 blue-yellow Universe 6 card from your drop with an energy cost 3 or more and add it to your hand. So it's okay. I'm running 4 Khalifa. This card is a lot better. This card says search the top 5 and add 1 Universe 6 card to your hand. The reason why it's a lot better is because the whole deck is Universe 6 again. You cannot add any monsters that aren't Universe 6. So you always hit your target 9 times out of 10. I run the Vegeta or Magita, whatever, the super combo. People are asking me why I run the super combo. The reason why I run this super combo opposed to the one at 4 life is because now I can protect my little guys. So if I have this card out, or if I have my other 2 drops out, I can actually activate this on turn 5, and my opponent sometimes forgets that I have this super combo. So I can activate it on turn 5, and people are saying, well, what if you get all your battle skills negated, and then you can't combo these or use these? Because if you guys notice, this is an auto of gaining that 10k. So the other one is just 10k right here. So even if your skills is negated, you can still get that 10k. The reason why I run these ones opposed to the other one is because if they have a creature that big out that says negate all my battle skills, I'm probably dead. Honestly, they're not going to get that out until turn like 5 or 6. This deck is designed to kill you turn 3 or 4. If I'm going past 3 or 4, I'm probably about to lose. Okay, so this is a rush deck, so you kind of need to kill them. This is the heart and soul of the deck. This is the green Cabba of the veggies. This basically says when you play this card, From your hand, look at the top 10 cards and play a Cabba or a Khalifa with the energy cost 2 or less. So you usually go into this card and either play this card, which is the Khalifa 1-drop, this card, which is the Khalifa 2-drop. This card is really, really good. This card says when you play this card, you may take a life, and then you may tap one of your opponent's energy. So if you guys can tell, the theme of this deck is just tapping your opponent's energy. So you can take a life and then tap an energy. Or you'll play this card. This card is Cabba. I run 4 of this card, okay? The reason why I run 4 of this card, most people aren't even running 2. All right, the reason why I'm running 4 is because it has 2 very, very strong effects. Okay, so most people weren't running Planet Sauda, which was a huge mistake. Planet Sauda is one of the best cards in the deck. So when this card is played, if you have Planet Sauda out, you can choose up to one of your opponent's battle card in rest mode, and the card chosen by this skill can't be switched to active mode during the next turn. So that is really, really good. If they, if it's turn 3 or 4 and I still haven't killed them, I can just play this card, and then their card that they attacked with last turn, I don't even have to worry about no more. It's just sitting there. It can't attack again, and it's just like a big threat that I don't have to worry about. And then again, the main reason I run this card is because of the first effect. When you play this card, look at up to 7 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 blue or yellow Universe 6 cards among them and add them to your hand. Then shuffle your deck. And then you got to discard a card. So the reason why I get this card is because it only pluses you 1. However, it gets you whatever cards you need. So since your whole deck is Universe 6, it just allows you to fix your deck. So I can run lower ratios by playing 4 of these cards, because as long as I see this card, I can fix my deck however I want to. So that's why my ratios are a little bit different than everyone else, which you're going to see in a few minutes. I'm only running 3 Champa the Trickster. This is a ratio that is different than most. Most people run 4 or 2. I think this card is really, really good. However, I wouldn't run too many because I can, again, search it off of everything. This card is really good in the Zeno matchup because you can play this in counter window 1, and then you can play it again in counter window 2. And when you play this card in counter window 1 and play it in counter window 2, if you're awakened as well, you tap their Zeno, you draw a card. You I guess you can tap their Zeno again, but it doesn't matter. But anyway, the important part is that you draw a card again, and then your leader also draws a card because you tapped a card. So basically, when they change Zeno, you draw 8 cards and they draw 5 cards. So it's really, really, really strong. Basically, this card says if you have a multicolored energy card in your, energy, you reduce the cost of this card by 1. When you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier. Switch it to rest mode, then draw 1 card. So basically, you put their change Zeno to rest mode, and you draw a card, and then your leader effect goes into effect, and every time you place a card in rest mode, you draw a card. Next, as you guys can see, I'm proxying one. This is a Champa and Vados. It has a rival for 1 yellow. And then it has a permanent. Reduce the combo cost of all blue and yellow universe cards, 6 cards in your hand, by 1. If this card is removed from the battle area by an opponent's skill, so if they try to KO this card, you may choose 1 card in your hand and place it in a drop area instead. If you do, this card remains in the battle area, and you just switch it to rest mode. So basically, you can't just KO this card. So if somebody just tries to KO this card after you cheat it out, you cheat it to keep it in place by just picking a card and changing it to rest mode. So it's a really, really strong card, really, really good combo. And the reason why it's so relevant in this deck is because of this card and this card, okay? So basically, these two cards both do something different. However, for both of them, they have the same first effect. During your turn, at the end of the battle, after which you comboed with this card, you play this card on top of either a Khalifa or a Kale. Okay, so now you can combo these for free because usually they cost 1, but when you have Champa Vados out, they are free. So you just combo them for free. They evolve over them. One has critical, one has double strike. Okay, so the reason why I only run 2 Kale is because the effect of when it comes out says when you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle card and rest mode, negate that card's skill for the duration of the turn and return it to the hand. The reason why I'm only running 2 of those is because 9 times out of 10, again, this is a rush deck, so I'm not trying to give them combo power back. You know, they're not doing too much on turn 2, 3, and 4 like I am. That I would have to like, ooh, I don't want to give that card back, or I want to give that card back. Also, with that being said, you don't really want to bounce a card back 9 times out of 10, because if you bounce that card back, they're going to just play it again, and when they play it again, it's going to get this effects again, and it's just like, I gotta deal with it again. So 9 times out of 10, I just don't play this unless it's in the mirror match and I play this card and I'm trying to bounce back the 7-drop Kefla, because you know that's pretty hard to get out. So I run 3 of these again because this card has a way better effect. This card says when you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or energy and switch it to rest mode. So again, this card goes actually with the theme of the deck. As far as the leader card, I can combo this card, and then when it comes out, I tap one of their energy again, and then I draw another card. So as you can see, it's a whole bunch of cards in here that taps energy and just makes it so that your opponent can't really do too much. And then again, this card has double strike, and we're trying to do as much damage as fast as possible. Next, we have this card. This card is really, really good. Basically, it has a rival for 1 yellow as well, so you can cheat it into play. I usually use it only for the first effect, but several times I did use it for the bottom effect. Okay, so when you combo with this card, if your leader card is Universe 6 card, and it is your opponent's turn, you can choose up to one of your opponent's energy and switch it to rest mode. So again, you switch their energy to rest mode, you interrupt their plays, and then your leader card draws you another card. So this deck draws you a lot of cards, and you filter through your deck a lot, so you don't have to run those 4-4-4 ratios, and you can search out everything, and it makes the deck really, really powerful. And then the second effect, when you play this card, so if I do a rival on my turn, during your turn, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, switch it to rest mode, then negate that battle card skills until the end of your opponent's next turn. So this pretty much comes in handy if my opponent is running something that is trying to slow me down. So if they play a 1-drop Mass Sand, I can combo a blue card and a yellow card and play this card, switch it to rest mode, and then kill it. And then I can continue with my play. So that is a really, really good way to stop that. Oh, I was going to tell you about the combo when I play this card and then do the Champa and Vados. It's a really, really good combo to cheat it out. And it's like a defense play and it's an aggressive play at the same time, which is the best plays if you know anything about TCGs. Anyway, I'll be going over that in my other video where I show you guys how to actually play this. I'm just going over the basics right now. Next, I was running 2 brilliant pairing Keflas. Basically, you can Union Portora for a blue Kale and a yellow Khalifa. And basically, you just put it over any blue Kale and yellow Khalifa, and it attacks twice. The real good part about this is that Union Portora keeps the energy boost. So as you guys know, when you play a Cabba, or I'm sorry, with the leader Cabba, when you play any U6 card on the front side, you gain 5k. So you play this over the Khalifa and the Kale after they gain 5k, and now it's a 29, and then plus this is a Universe 6 card, so then it gains another 5k, so it's 34k coming at you twice, and you can usually do that turn 2 9 times, or at least 6 times out of 10. It's really, really good, really, really strong. Next, we have a card that actually helps me. Remember when I told you I really want to kill my opponent turn 3 or turn 4? This card helps me go a little bit longer. So this card says it has dual attack, so it puts some pressure on it. And then it also says when you play this card and your leader card is yellow, if your opponent has 4 more energy and you have a Cabba card in play in your battle area, choose up to 2 of your opponent's energy, switch them to rest mode, and the cards chosen with this card skill can't switch to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. So you basically turn their turn 5 into a turn 3. And that gives you that extra turn to try to kill them. Because again, most boss monsters don't come out to turn 4 or turn 5. So they did their turn 4 play. They're probably a little scared of you. And if they're a good player, they're being conservative. So they still left some energy up. They didn't want to go all out. They were trying to probably go out turn 5. So what you do is you do this. Boom. You make their turn 5 into a turn 3. They still can't do anything. And now you get a turn 4 or turn 5. And now they're just screwed. So it's just a really, really strong card. A lot of people weren't playing it and didn't have it in the deck. However, I will still be having this card on the deck. It is really, really strong. And I believe it won me several games. And then finally, we were only running one of these cards because it is searchable if I actually do need it. Basically, you can Union Patora over this for for a level 4 Kale and Khalifa. And then basically, you can activate Aegis. And when you do activate Aegis, choose up to 3 of your opponent's energy and switch them to rest mode. Basically, this is for the Janemba matchup. Everybody else was always tapping out. So it was what it was. But I was only running one because it's cloggy and you don't really want to see it unless you're going up against Janemba or you just, I don't know, want a beat stick or something. I really don't want to Union Patora over my 2 strong cards for this card, honestly. So it was kind of useless, but you still kind of have it because it's just too strong right now. And that's pretty much the deck. Let's go over my side deck was really bad in Orlando. I didn't have too much time to practice against people, but these are the cards that I'll be keeping in my side deck that I did play. I put this card in almost every game 2 and every game 3. This card basically says your leader card gains double strike and you draw a card, so it just replaces itself and gives your leader card double strike. Most of the time they're tapped out, so it's a 20k double strike with the leader card, so it can't just be popped or anything like that. So it's really, really good. The deck did need double strike, so I'm probably going to figure out some way to try to main these because this was really good. This card, it only comes in against Janemba or Shenron. Other than that, you do not need this card. The reason why you need this card is for if Shenron goes too later in the game, you kind of need it in a case of an emergency. And sometimes Janemba will try to counter a play, and you can actually just, stop their counter play real quick and then try to kill them. So it's really, really good. I remember I did this against Dahan. Dahan played a 4-drop. He played a 4-drop Janemba that says mill 3. I only have 4 cards in my deck. So I actually played this card, and he was tapped out. And when he was tapped out, he only had 2 life left, and he had 4 cards in hand. So I was like, yeah, you're dead, because I had like 5 monsters on board, and I'm like, yeah, you're dead. So I draw from this effect, and then I draw for turn, attack with my leader card, and then I'm at 1 card in life, and I'm like, cool, it's over. He negates it and takes a life, stands up 2 energy, and I'm like, okay, cool, I still got like 4 monsters on board. So then he negates it by tapping an energy and then negates it with that Bojack card that says mill a card, and he milled me out with his last life. So yeah, if I would have played better and thought about that play, I would have just tackled my battle cards instead, and we still would have been. I would have probably won that game. So I was just being dumb. Anyway, Frost Daily Poison is really good. And then last but not least, Flying Nimbus. You can put this in against a mirror match. You should never have more than 3 of this card in your deck because, again, no matter which deck you're going against, it is an aggressive deck, and having extra cards like this will mess up your synergy. Okay, so that's pretty much the deck. Tell me what you guys think. This is the deck that won me 4th place in Orlando, so I really like it. Of course, I'm going to change it a little bit, but not too much for Nats. Honestly, I'm probably just going to change my sideboard mostly. Of course, I need to put in that combo card, the Frost combo card that says when you combo this card, you put 3 more cards back into your deck. I had 0 of those. Both times that I lost to Janemba, they milled me out. Or, I'm sorry, the only one I lost to was Dahan. And every time he just milled me out. So if I would have had that card, I probably would have got it. And when he milled me out as well, the reason why he milled me, or when he milled me out, he was only at 1 life, and then the first game he was at 2 life. So both of those times, if I would have had that extra few cards, or if I wouldn't have drawn as much, I probably would have got it. So live and learn. Congrats to Dahan again for that Orlando victory, but I'm coming for you at the Nats tournament. All right, guys. Thank you, as always, for supporting. Tell me if you guys need anything or want to see anything. And make sure you subscribe so that you can see this next video that I'm about to put up. And that is going to be how I play the deck, why I play the cards that I play, and the strategy behind it, okay? So, you get to see my pretty face one more time. Am I looking at the camera? I look cross-eyed. Is it right here? Right here. It's right there. Okay. Now it looks like I'm looking at you, doesn't it? It's weird, ain't it? What's up? All right. I'm out. Thank you.